Boss, you think you could help me with the console for a while?
Hey!
Sure.
Hi, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Kimberly, and we are going to make this new mold today. I believe it's Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon. That's what it really looks like when I bought it. I'm pretty sure it's a matte mold, but I'm going to try. I kind of have a weird idea. I don't know if it'll work or not, but I have this, it's kind of a metallic black look color, and I'm going to see if just doing, because, you know, Toothless wasn't dull colored. He was pretty shiny, and so I want to put this in there. I don't want it to be completely opaque, so we'll have to just see what it looks like. If it doesn't look good, it doesn't look good. There's nothing we can do about it, right? I've got 3 ounces of, it's Let's resin, epoxy resin. It's a 1-to-1 ratio. I've stirred it for quite a while. Stirred it and stirred it and stirred it. Stirred tons of bubbles in there, but we're going to run it through the vacuum chambers. We're going to put him aside for a minute. I also have, I didn't know about this. I have this Baltic Day. This is called Black Gold. But it's a mica powder, so it'll make him kind of opaque. But I thought about, I also have this Baltic Day Ghost Black. It kind of gives it a purple hue, but I think about maybe adding a little bit of it to it just to see, you know, maybe it'll give it a little more sparkle. I don't know. We'll see. Let's add this first and see what we come up with, and then we'll go from there. So I don't know how much to add. Let's just see what we get. That was like 5 drops or so. We're going to need a paper towel so we can test our color. And, you know, a shiny black is always got, I don't know, like if you see like crows and stuff, when the sun hits them just right, they actually have some color to them. Even though they're black. I have a black chicken, and when the sun hits her just right, she's got like pretty greens and purples and stuff that'll shine off those black feathers. So I'm assuming that, like, if Toothless was real, he might shine different colors too if he was real. You want to make sure you have, you know, you don't want some, you want to make sure you're always scraping your sides, your bottom, whether you're using mica powders or alcohol inks or pigment paste, whatever you're using, make sure you're always scraping your sides and your bottom, and, you know, scrape your stick off a few times, whatever you're stirring with. Then that way you won't get any of those like weird little spots in your resin where it doesn't. All right, let's add a tiny bit more of this, and then we'll add a spoonful of that and see what we get. We'll add, like, the ball bearing keeps dropping down in there. And then we'll just add just a small amount of this, a small spoonful. We don't want a lot because I don't want it to go, I want it to be, you know, like see-through-y, kind of. Not completely see-through, but I don't want it opaque. And what you see in here, it might be that dark in there because he's, you know, I mean, he's small, but he's I don't know. We'll just have to see what happens. It's kind of hard to decide what will happen in there with how small he is. Got to get the, when you're using mica powders, you definitely want to make sure that they're stirred up good, because they will float and they usually will drop to the bottom of your, whatever's at the bottom. So if this is the top, then you're going to have mica powder drop to the top of your piece, whatever you're making. So just make sure they're stirred up super good, so you don't have any chunks in there, any floaties. That looks like it might be really pretty. Let's see what it looks like on the paper. I actually think that might be good. We're going to try that. We're going to see what he looks like. Maybe next time we pour him, we'll pour him jet black. Who knows? I have a lot of people in my family that love Toothless. That's one of my favorite movies. I love to watch cartoons, and I love that movie. Okay, I'm going to run this through my vacuum chamber really quick, get all the bubbles out, and then I'll be right back. All right, got this ran through the bubble chamber. I've sprayed this with some alcohol. I've never, like I said, he's brand new. I've never poured him before, so we're going to hopefully squish everything, make sure we get everything. His tail kind of goes down in there. So I think I'm going to try and pour this into his tail first. And see if we can make sure that we don't get any bubbles in the tip of that tail. I don't know. We might still, who knows. Pour some in. Give him some good squeezes with his ears. And his little... And go around his chin and stuff. Hopefully we don't get any bubbles down in his chin. He's got the little spikies kind of coming off the side of his head. Get in those. Just kind of want to get down in everything just to... I hate bubbles so bad. I really hate those little mica bubbles that always get under their chins. Whoops. Knock everything over. And stretch the mold a little bit. Slide down his wings. And then I feel like if I just take my time, which I have a hard time taking my time. I'm not a person that moves very slow. I have a hard time with slow stuff. When I sew, I always have to turn my sew machine down, or if I don't, I will just push that pedal down and put the pedal to the metal and take off. And then I end up making mistakes. But that's just how I am. Give a little tail a squeeze. Doing some taps. His chin again. Whoop. Making a mess by squeezing him, but I just don't want any bubbles in him. So with him being black, I feel like it's really going to show. Okay. I've probably done enough squishing and stretching and whatever else. I feel like I have anyway, hopefully. Hopefully I have. I don't see any bubbles coming up when I squeeze any of these places, so maybe that's a good sign. All right, we'll top him off, get him curing, and then we will be back to demold this cute little guy. So I will see you soon. Okay, guys, our little Toothless is all cured up now, but I had extra, so I poured these two little cats. We'll see what they turned out like. Oh, that actually turned out pretty good. Got all of his detail on his fur. I don't see any bubbles, which is a plus. See how this one looks. Oh, yeah. He turned out pretty good too. I've poured these cats over and over and over, and I don't know if it was the color I was picking or what, but they just never looked good. I never liked them, so I never done anything with them, but I actually like these little black ones. And my daughter has the cutest black cat. Her name is Suki. She's beautiful. And she's actually what they call a pure black cat, which I didn't know there was such thing as a pure black cat, but I guess inside her mouth and everything is black, so that's what's considered a pure black cat. Anyway, so let's get Toothless done here. I'm excited to see him. I hope he turned out good too. Kind of got a sharp bottom on him. Oh, he's looks like he's pretty good. No bubble. I got a few little micro bubbles right here on his chest. That's not too bad. None in his tail. Oh, we got one in his, oh, we got some in his wings, and I poked his wings and everything. Really good, but it'd actually be down here in this part. So I gotta remember to go. Oh, there's one reason why. There's little things in my mold right there. And in that side too. So that's probably kind of got a little rip right there, but I wonder if I just did that. That might be one reason why, but I don't know if we'll even, I don't know, but he turned out cute. Probably need to fix him up, but I don't know exactly what to do to him, especially with those big holes and stuff. I don't know. But I'll put you on a pause and I'll see what I can come up with, and then I'll bring you back to let you see what I did. Okay? Okay, that took me a while. So I just gave the kitty some green eyes. That's what color Sookies are. Little tiny bit of pink in her ears, and then I did these with my paint pins. So then I just put some clear UV resin over it to hold it in. I just left these guys matte just because I thought they looked good matte. So here's the little one. But yeah, Sookie's eyes are pretty much that color almost. Now I looked up Toothless, and his eyes are kind of a greeny color too, but I put a little bit of gold over them just because the green was just like, bah, in your face green. And then I just painted around his harness here. And then I did coat him all over with UV resin to make him shiny. So there we go. That's Toothless and the two kitties. So it's a cute mold. I didn't try to fix the tips of his wings. I didn't know exactly how, because that one's pretty deep. But when he's sitting like this, you know, flat, you can't see that his wings aren't pointed. I might look into the mold and see if I can fix that somehow. Maybe get those little spots out. They might just come out. I don't know. Maybe if I'm really careful, I could take I don't know, and see if I can get them out. But that part of it, the mold is, like I said, I might have done that when I took him out. I might have ripped that. I don't know. I don't remember it being like that. But when you're pouring it, you don't see that like that. So I don't know. I'll see what I can do. See if I can fix the mold, and then make sure that I, you know, try harder to get them tipped. Oh, look, that just came right off. One of them did. Anyway, and try and get those tips of them wings a little better. Hey, that came off. It's not perfect in there, but it did come off. I'll have to remember that you got to get up in there too next time I pour him, which there will be a next time, because we all, in this family, we all love Toothless. So, all right, guys. Well, thanks for joining me today. Hanging out with me. I appreciate it. Please like, subscribe. If you haven't subscribed already, think about doing it. Don't cost you anything. And like and leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of my Toothless and my two little kitties. Anyway, and the most important thing is always remember to embrace your chaos. Love you guys. Bye.